Our island's youngest aspiring scientists are gearing up for the 40th annual Islandwide Science Fair. We've got Claudia, Taitano, and Austin Shelton from the University of Guam to tell us all about it. How are y'all doing?
Great.
Good. Thanks for having us, Nick.
Yeah, thanks for joining us to tell us about this event. 40 years, 40th annual.
40 years of science fairs.
Wow. So tell us, what can people expect?
This is going to be a great fair. We already received entries from Rhoda and Saipan and some other places. We have 50 entries so far. Entry forms are due on Friday.
Okay.
On the 27th, very latest. And they can get the forms off the UOG website. And this is the 40th year UOG has hosted the science fair.
Yes, and we're very thankful for Mrs. Taitano for starting this fair 40 years ago. It's a great legacy that she has started, and we're very proud to host it at the University of Guam Science Buildings again this year. And we're looking forward to having 500 or 600 students from all the different schools join us again, as they have for every year.
Wow, from throughout the region. And so what has made it, or Ms. Taitano, you being there from the very start of it all, how have you noticed the change or the progress of the fair after all these years?
We started with 60 students in a couple of classrooms, and it has grown to 600 students in 4 buildings. So the fair has grown, the complexity of the projects have grown, but the basic purpose of the fair has stayed the same. Science fairs and doing a science fair project is one of the best ways a student can learn the skills to be successful in life. Whether it's business that they choose as a major, or if they choose to go on in science, the process of doing a project, explaining it in front of somebody else, learning to solve problems with research makes a big difference in their ability to go on to college.
And we hear a lot about jobs being available for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And this is a really important touch point or entry point for all of our students to join, is to have a project and compete in the Islandwide Science Fair. Mrs. Taitano was actually my high school teacher.
Nice.
And I've known her since I was in 3rd grade, when I did my first science fair project on ocean currents by throwing bottles with messages out into the ocean in Assen, and then making a machine to generate electricity from the ocean currents and waves behind the house as well. And so from competing in the science fair, it helped me to get scholarships to college after I won the Islandwide Science Fair, and now I'm back at the University of Guam as an assistant professor, and it's thanks to this science fair, and there's lots of job opportunities in STEM nowadays. We're always hiring biologists for different grant-funded positions to do surveys on Guam's forests, or to look at coral reefs and or forests. There's just lots of opportunities out there, and this is one touch point to get into the science classroom and get those degrees in science and come home and make a difference.
Nice. You definitely are the product of it, coming full circle from participating in the fair yourself, and then now being a part of it. Right.
Well, I'm retiring this year and passing it on, and I'm going to be feeling really good that we have Austin.
Right.
And we have a lot of students who have gone on to medical school. We've had students become engineers. So it's a wonderful event.
It must be bittersweet for you just to know that after all these years you put into this, retirement calls, and so, I mean, what's the feeling you're getting from all this? Just seeing this
I will
continue?
always come and take a look at the science fair.
She's watching.
I'll be watching, and I'll be there to help out. But I'm just grateful that we have a new generation of young people who've grown up with the science fair, and want to see it continue because they know how important it was for them.
Yeah.
We have several local scientists now working at the University of Guam, and we're looking forward to building up our capacity for research, scientific outreach, and helping solve some of the problems that are unique to our islands that only an island perspective can find solutions to. And so that's important that we cultivate these young scientists through events like the Islandwide Science Fair.
Wow, definitely a great cause, and great effort to all of you that are involved in putting this on, this major event. So it's May 5th. Saturday at the University of Guam Sciences Building. Is there anything else I didn't ask that you want to make sure our viewers hear when it comes to this Islandwide Science Fair?
Students need to set up their projects the day before the fair. That's Friday evening. And they need to turn their entry forms in this Friday so that we have a chance to create the database and make sure that they've got their projects in the right categories and that sort of thing.
So again, that's April 27th for the entry form deadline. Then I believe Friday, May 4th is the setup day, and May 5th is the day of the actual fair, where we'll have judges going around to the different classrooms at the university to judge the 500 or 600 students that show up. So we also need some judges to volunteer, and they can contact either of us. And we're looking forward to seeing all of these students.
Definitely looking forward to seeing the students and the projects as well.
The projects are great. And not to forget the sponsors. We appreciate Delta, who's still sponsoring us, even though they're pulled out of Guam. They're still providing a trip from Japan on. MEC and IP&E Shell. And of course, Megabyte, who's providing some computers for some of our winners this year.
That's right.
Yeah, so and we appreciate that.
All right, we'll
and
see you
of course,
both.
the University of Guam.
Of course. All right, well, good luck to both of you out there. We'll see you both out there at the fair, and good luck to all the students and the projects they'll be bringing.
Okay.
Thanks for the time, Nick.
And thank you for having us.
Of course. Stay tuned. News Extra continues after this.